The views and opinions expressed on the following program do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Nash Community College, the Board of Trustees of Nash Community College, or the North Carolina Community College System.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday again,
and
Tuesday. I'm lucky we're not crying. You just chopping some onions right before the show, and now it's effervescent.
Actually, chopping the onions now because I can't find it. Somebody stole my onions, so I'm like, it's okay. We have the skill. So today,
someone stole your onions.
Somebody stole my onions. I left them last night, diced up in containers, ready to go. This morning, I said, where are my onions? And my peppers, where are my peppers? I had to dice them here quickly.
Yeah.
Well, because I have my class, the other class, then I have continuing education. Anyhow, we only have 20 minutes to do this.
We got 30 minutes to do this.
30 minutes to do this.
Okay,
Today
what are we doing?
The seafood rice.
Ooh.
Originally it was going to be called seafood paella, but yes, I do have the utensil. This is the paellera to make paella. This doesn't play well with my induction burner.
Because it's aluminum.
Because it's aluminum.
So it's called paella because it's a paella pan.
Paella.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me start this thing.
You go.
And then we can talk more about that.
You go.
I used to live in Seville, Spain, wonderful city. So I kind of like got my teeth cut there making paella. So I'm going to start with a little bit of butter.
Okay.
Because we can.
Because we do.
Yes, because we can. A little bit of butter because we can. Of course, in Seville, in Spain, they use a lot of olive oil.
Ah.
Like this thing will be swimming in olive oil.
Nice.
And of course, we have to start with a little bit of onion.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of onion. That's about 1 cup of onion.
I like onions.
I do too, especially when it simmers down like that and sweats, and it's just.
Especially this
time of year, especially because you're getting onions that are grown in warmer climates, and I tend to saute them and or sweat them before I put them on things like pizza or even tacos.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's just like, waking up at 2 a.m. and you're like, oh, onion, onion.
Yeah, you don't want to use like I love my caramelized onions. Caramelized onions we should do a video on that.
We should. We keep saying that. We can even make a list.
Probably we need to watch our past.
And then see what we're missing.
What we're missing. Because caramelized onions are so simple. Caramelized onions is just the onion itself that we let it cook in its own juices, and the natural sugars that are present in the onions will caramelize, will go brown.
Right.
Of course, changing the flavor of your onion. And I like to put those on pizza, on anywhere, on anything. If it was socially acceptable, I'll bathe on those.
It may be.
And garlic.
This is America.
Yeah, but still.
Everything is forgiven occasionally.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think people
bathing in onions. You go viral. Watch this guy bathe in caramelized onions.
I don't think people. I lost my garlic. You steal my garlic?
I did not steal your garlic.
You stole my. You stole it. I saw you with my own eyes. Oh, here it is. Sorry.
See, it's over there. I did not steal your garlic.
Just a half a clove of garlic. That's it. I love garlic, but I don't want to overpower things with garlic. It's like when people do Italian cooking, and I'm teaching Italian cooking, and they're like, "Where's the garlic?" This is it, 1 clove for the whole thing.
Yes.
Oh, but I saw on TV they added like 1 million pounds of garlic. I'm like, no, Italian cooking is not about 20,000 pounds of garlic.
No,
just a little bit. Okay, so we sweat our onion until translucent. That doesn't mean it's cooked.
No.
Now, we're going to add a little bit of saffron there.
Right.
A little bit. And saffron dissolves better in fat. It's a fat-soluble spice.
Yeah, I'll show this to you. And you can get these at most of your grocery stores. It's a little bit expensive, but it doesn't take much to go a long way.
It is the most expensive spice in the world. Yes, each flower yields 2 little strings, pestillos. And saffron goes a long way.
Yes.
And I've seen people using turmeric to substitute the color. And don't get me wrong, I love turmeric. It's a great antioxidant. It's a great anti-inflammatory. Pass me the rice.
Rice, come in.
Rice, 2 cups of rice.
2 cups of rice.
Please don't wash it.
There you go. Do that, Adam. Sorry,
That
Adam.
was a jump. We had a jumper. 2 cups of rice. So
Hey, Adam, throw that back.
back to turmeric. I love turmeric. It's a great. Look at that. Like if you could coach sports and stuff like that. I love turmeric. It's a great antioxidant. It's a great actually anti-inflammatory for your body. It's good stuff, but it gives some kind of like I don't want to say dirt, but an earthy flavor
Right.
to your dish. So unless you want the really earthy flavor, yes, you can add turmeric by all means. I'm trying to replicate paella, which we usually do here, and the main ingredients, the base ingredients are peppers and onions and garlic.
So about half cup of our peppers.
Half a cup of green peppers, 1 cup of onions, start getting a nice color down there,
Half a clove of garlic.
half a clove of garlic, and why don't you saute the peppers with the onions? Yes, you can do that. I like mine crunchy.
I like them crunchy too, but I also find that if I'm adding equal amounts of onions and peppers, sometimes the peppers overpower the onions.
Yes, and for some reason, sometimes they go bitter.
Yes.
And, but Chef Carlo, you should know why. I don't know. I forgot my food science. Okay,
So it
so
has to do with an acid or something inside the pepper.
I'm going to deglaze the pan. So usually you call for wine. I actually going to use something non-traditional.
Chicken stock.
No,
No. Oh,
pass me the clams.
clam juice.
Clam juice. I'm going to add some clams in here. I'm going to use the clam juice to start
deglaze.
glazing my pan.
Look at there.
That's why it's called a seafood-like seafood rice, because it's not a really 100% paella. So we cook and we cook. Now we can talk about anything you want.
Okay, so let's talk about the paella pan.
Yes.
This one is aluminum, which is why we're not using it today, but you would naturally cook it exactly the same way we're doing in the pot, except in the pan.
Exactly the same way. I would start with my olive oil, garlic, peppers, olive oil,
Onions.
onions, thank you,
Yep.
garlic, cook, add my
Saffron.
peppers, add my rice, and then add the stock.
Right.
And then after you add the stock, you let it cook. And here's the thing, seafood, you don't add it at the beginning because seafood cooks really quick.
Right.
So if you add the seafood at the beginning of the cooking process, it's going to overcook.
And you will end up with chewy shrimp, chewy mussels, and chewy clams. And nobody likes chewy. Yeah.
As in Star Wars chewy
No,
or
no, chewy as in bubble gum.
bubblegum chewy.
This is good shrimp. Tastes like it's got texture of bubble gum. I don't understand.
So 2 cups of rice. We're gonna need how much water?
With 2 cups, we're gonna need 4 cups of water.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna use chicken stock.
Absolutely.
And why not? And why am I using chicken stock?
Chicken stock because it's a wonderful flavor to add to the rice along with the clam juice inside there.
What about if I don't have enough fish stock?
If you don't have enough fish stock, you can always use chicken stock or vegetable stock.
I didn't find fish stock in my in my freezer. I know I have chicken stock there somewhere. It's hiding.
Yeah.
I know for sure I have it there. We just got a new shipment of stuff, and my fish stock is buried in the bag. I'm like, look, chicken stock that we made. Of course, you can start seasoning with salt because nothing comes seasoned, nor the rice, nor the chicken stock. And
this is the same chicken stock we used last week also.
yes.
It
Yeah.
goes a long way. Look, we're making 2 meals out of 1 set of chicken stock.
Well, I do make like 20 gallons of it. Like,
Oh, okay.
I do have
I did
like
not know that. That's a lot of chicken stock.
yeah, because whenever we do chicken stock here at school, we make big quantities so the students learn how to make it if they were at the restaurant. Which nowadays, chicken stock and beef stock, it's a tricky subject in restaurants because do we have the space, the real estate, and the time to make our own stocks?
Good point.
Or do we buy quality stuff
Right.
that is already made that you can free up some time for prep and some time for the restaurant? It's a long time debate. Some chefs, oh no, it's not fresh. But you know what? Somewhere in America there is a chef that is making a high quality chicken stock without chemicals, without all the crap that. Oops, I have to say that.
Yeah, don't
sorry.
say that.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Without
the stuff.
the stuff and the bad ingredients that bouillon has, like MSG and the corn and a lot of starch derivatives. And there's somewhere in America there's a chef doing their stock and reducing it and selling it to you. Yes, it's going to cost a little bit more because it's high quality, but again, it will free me up from time in the restaurant, especially down there. We're paying $10-15 an hour to prep cook.
Time and space too.
Like, listen, this red peppers.
Yes.
I didn't have the time to make them yesterday.
Okay.
But I was able to buy them at the Harry's Theater, already
Right.
sliced and roasted.
Oh, okay. Came in a bag or a little box.
It came in a little glass jar. Ingredients: peppers, salt, water.
Done.
I mean, do I have the time physically to roast No, I don't.
No.
But it's like sometimes we need to see our Cisco reps. We need to see our Cisco reps, our food people as sous chefs.
That's a good point. Excellent point. And because, people watching this show who maybe, have a busy schedule with children or school or work or whatever it is, do they have time to roast a pepper?
Do they have time to roast the pepper? I mean, do they have time on weekends to roast the pepper and let it ready?
No.
Not really. But there is a lot of high-end quality products out there that are like pesto.
Right.
Pesto is basil, Parmesan cheese, olive oil, salt, and pepper. There's a process. You need to take the basil leaves, you need to wash them, you need to blanch them in hot water and then shock them in cold water. You need to squeeze the water and then put them in a food processor and process your pesto.
Right.
Do you have that kind of time?
That's 30 minutes right there at least.
Sure.
Yeah. No time for that.
You gotta come help me because it takes me more than that. And then you gotta make your pesto. Well, I was lucky enough to go to the Chicago Food Convention, and I tried a pesto up there from somebody one of the chefs that made their pesto to sell to restaurants. The ingredients were oil, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, and basil. I tried it and I'm like, this tastes just like if my grandma, my mom, or I would have made it.
Right.
Why? I'm gonna save a lot of time. That pepper is getting me.
Is it?
Yeah, the fresh ground pepper. Am I gonna save? I'm gonna save a lot of time, and I'm using a high quality product that another fellow chef made.
No. You're going to save all kinds of time. And if it tastes the same, why not?
In Florida, we used to buy the bread for ciabatta sandwiches from the bakery right down the road.
Absolutely.
So it was always a matter of discussion. I mean, there's a bakery right down the road that they make this wonderful ciabatta bread. I can make some wonderful ciabatta bread. Do I spend time, money, getting a proofer? Now I might not have the space in the kitchen.
Right.
And I might have only a small oven. Or go buy it to the bakery down the road. Get to make a wonderful product.
Yep.
Support your local baker. I'm freeing myself from having all this extra equipment, extra time in my restaurant, and everybody wins.
Yep.
Everything in a scale. I know we want to make everything fresh and everything local and everything.
But practically, it doesn't work all the time.
But sometimes we need to take in consideration time, cost, and money.
Yep.
To see what's more convenient for the operation. The operation meaning the restaurant, even your household.
Right.
How many times have you gone to Harry's Theater and pick up that roasted chicken already made?
Yeah. Because it's easy. I don't have time to cook dinner, so I'm going to grab the roast chicken. Someone has taken the time to roast it.
Oh wait, Chef Carlo, have you done that? I'm like, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, you know what I've done also? There's a supermarket chain that on Fridays, all their subs are $4.
Friday subs.
So you get the Harry's Theater.
Right.
They do their Harry's Theater subs. The full sub with everything you want
Right.
is $4 instead of $8. Kids, we're having subs.
Yeah, exactly. That's lunch for the weekend, and if it holds over till the next day, lunch for school on Monday.
It's cooking. We still have plenty of time.
Yes.
So, water is boiling. We're going to take it down to a simmer. And I'm going to let it simmer up to the water completely reduces. And once it's halfway reduced, we're going to add the seafood. To this wonderful pot today, I'm going to add,
Drum roll. We're
going to add shrimp,
Shrimp.
already cooked and deveined.
Nice.
I know.
Easy.
Yes.
Another thing that takes a lot of time at the house.
A lot of time. And then we have clams.
We do. We have the clams.
Already
We'll get
out
some
of
close up
the
here, Adam.
already out of the shell. The clams are already out of the shell, baby. I think that's wonderful.
These are our clams. And then we'll show the shrimp already deveined, ready to go. Shelled and deveined. And then he's getting the mussels ready.
And then we have mussels.
Mussels.
Pre-cooked already. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. Oh, well, Chef Carlo, oh my God, you're using pre-made stuff.
Smells like the ocean.
You'll be surprised how many things are already pre-made, pre-done, and in your restaurant. Like, think about your chicken wings and your mozzarella sticks. Okay, one thing I love to add halfway into cooking is a little bit of lemon zest.
Okay, about what, tablespoon?
No,
Teaspoon?
even less than that.
About a teaspoon.
About a teaspoon. Just like that. It gives, a lot of times paella is served with a nice wedge of lemon, but I like to add lemon zest. Lemon zest, and the zest is where you have all the oils from the lemon,
Right.
and basically the perfume of it.
And that is from the rind of the lemon itself.
Yes.
And they actually have a small grater.
Video we should do.
So yes, we do. How to zest citrus.
How to zest citrus. Yes, because a
That's a
lot of
good
people they grab and when you zest citrus, you got to get the outside layer. If you start taking the white pith, it becomes bitter.
Yes.
And that's a no-no, unless you're for Northern Italy that you like bitter stuff. No. Okay, this is too easy. Are we forgetting something?
No, but you did point out an interesting thing that we'll talk about really quick. Because our producer Amanda, she was talking about what type was the pepper that we put in. He's like a green pepper, and it's the shape of a banana pepper. And I knew this, but it's an interesting fact that when you have a pepper on the vine,
This one got a little bit beat up,
that's good. But when we have a pepper on the vine, it starts. So all your peppers start off green, and the longer you leave them on the vine, the different colors they change to. So this is traditional color, almost traditional
Of a
color,
banana pepper.
But this one's left on a little bit too long, so it will turn red.
If you leave it on the vine, it will turn red.
Exactly.
Like jalapenos, all jalapenos are born green. If you leave it on the vine, they'll turn red.
Right.
It's just the red, and you can find red jalapenos are going to be a little bit more expensive because they have to be left on the vine a little bit longer.
Right.
And once they're a little on the red side, they become riper. Once they're riper, they're more delicate to transport. That's why they're going to cost a little bit more.
Exactly. That's why when you go to the store and you look at green peppers, and they may be 50 cents a pepper, and you go pick up the yellow or red peppers, and they're about 90 cents a pepper.
Yeah, the yellow peppers, they're yellow. They're born, it's a kind of pepper, they're born green and then they turn yellow.
Right.
Now, green peppers, they'll go from green to yellowish and then to red.
Right.
So, but it's going to take longer on the vine. And you have to keep an eye on them because then they all don't turn red. Now, there is some peppers that they grow straight red.
Right.
There's so many peppers out there. It's
Well, it's
fun.
like varieties of tomatoes. I mean, there's so many ridiculous varieties of
Well,
tomatoes.
take it to potatoes. Potatoes, there is about 3,000 kinds of potatoes around the world. We use only 5 kinds of potatoes.
My favorites are the little yellow ones, the tiny little yellow ones. They're not new potatoes, but they're little bitty, and they kind
They're
of
baby Yukon?
Yes, they've got like a nice buttery texture to them. It's really good. How we doing? Good.
We're doing fantastic.
Cool, because we got 11 minutes left, and we can do this.
We got it, kid. Might be a little spicy.
A little
Yum.
spicy.
Yes, delicious. Okay. So the rice is almost ready.
Okay.
Almost. So we're using just plain long grain rice. Usually when you make paella, you want to use Valencia rice, which is a round rice, almost like the risotto rice. Why didn't we use Valencia rice today?
Couldn't find it.
I can't find it. It takes longer to cook.
Takes longer to cook. We only have 30 minutes.
Yeah, you can find it, especially around Raleigh. You can find them in the specialty stores. I've seen it in Harris Teeter and Six Forks, and I've seen it also if you go to the Latin store. Whenever they carry the Goya brand products, they also have the Valencia rice.
Okay.
Now, we're getting there. Time?
Time, we got 10 minutes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I like to end and garnish my paella with a little bit of parsley. So this one's parsley from our gardens, not from Canada.
Right. That is absolutely, that is fresh.
That is fresh. We have our master gardener, Kenny, now. We're going to have arugula come in. He planted a lot of winter veggies. It's going to be really good.
Some broccoli?
No,
Asparagus?
He went, asparagus, they are there. Asparagus, you have to let them cycle for 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bush. Asparagus is just a bush. If you let them grow, the asparagus will become this tall.
Oh.
Just like a bush.
Yeah.
Just like a bush. And so you snap them, so you get to let them cycle 3 years. After 3 years, then they start producing their shoots more evenly. And then you can start harvesting them.
Gotcha.
Now, if you want white asparagus, then you want to put a paper bag on top of the asparagus as they grow, and they turn white because there's no sun hitting them and there's no chlorophyll.
Aha.
Ha-ha.
That makes perfect sense.
All right.
Oh, that's looking good.
So you see the liquid?
Water's
Okay.
coming down to the rice level.
So now we're going to start adding the garnishes in there.
Okay.
We're going to start adding our
A little bit of peas.
peas. How do you call them in French?
Peas.
How do you call them in French?
I have no idea.
Petit pois.
Petit pois.
Petit pois.
I like peas better. It's
Yeah.
easier.
So I got my
Roasted.
the red peppers that would give them also beautiful color.
Yes.
I want to keep my heat on high because whatever I'm adding in here, it's cold. So we need to counteract the fact that we're like bringing down the temperature of whatever is inside of the pot. Now we're going to add the clams. Clams, please.
Clams.
Thank you, Thar.
You're welcome.
And I got you.
Okay.
I'm going to toss the clams. Make sure they get nice and flavor in there. Time, fantastic. Keep my heat on high so I can receive all the ingredients. And of course, we're trying to do this in 30 minutes. If you want to take 45 doing so, that's fantastic. But we're going to make it happen in 30. Now, shrimp or mussels?
Mussels. You have to allow the mussels to cook and open.
Bring me the mussels. Thank
You
you.
need to find you a better host who's doesn't know as much.
Listen,
I'm not saying I know a lot, but I have learned over the past year or so. I have learned so much from this guy.
I am completely happy and content of my co-host because trust me, I could have gotten a really bad co-host. You know what? I think we need more mussels in there.
Okay, I have no problem with that.
And mussels, and these are not the farm-raised mussels. I have nothing against farm-raised mussels. They do a beautiful job, especially in New Zealand.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. In New Zealand, they do a fantastic job of farm-raising mussels, and I think they do great. Keep doing it.
Now, are these pre-cooked mussels that we're putting in here, or?
Yes.
Okay.
These are pre-cooked because I took the liberty of pre-cooking them
Okay, perfect.
because we only have
30 minutes.
yes, sir.
So how long do mussels cook if you're throwing them into a pot, steaming them to get them to open up? How
5
long?
minutes.
5 minutes.
That's it. I always love mussels in the restaurant because I used to call them the wonder things because you can throw a little bit of tomatoes, basil, salt, garlic, and you just put a lid on, turn around, 5 minutes later, they're ready.
Ready to go. See, you two can have amazing seafood at your house in 5 minutes.
Just put them in a pot, boom, they're ready. And now,
Shrimp.
shrimp.
Shrimp it is.
Shrimp. Now, shrimp are pre-cooked too.
Right. So we're just gonna heat them.
Yes. Now, if you were using all raw seafood, then you might want to start adding your seafood halfway into the cooking process.
Yes.
So this rice might take, on a non-rush TV show, it might take about 45 minutes. So 15 minutes before you're done, that's when you want to throw in your seafood.
Perfect.
Because overcooked seafood is going to turn rubbery.
Yes.
Not good eating.
No. Definitely not. Nobody likes to bite into that rubbery flavor. It's like getting rubbery chicken or rubbery.
It's
No,
like-
chicken. Yeah, that gets rubbery too.
It's like calamari. There's a lot of people that make the mistake with calamari.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
either they cook it halfway. Calamari has to be either overcooked or undercooked. Undercooked meaning if you're gonna saute calamari, we're talking about. Well, see, that's a picture of the paella that with the holes. And if we had this bad boy, but we're gonna do something very similar. So if you had the ability, what we're talking about.
Calamari.
Calamari. Cook calamari, high heat, olive oil, really hot pan, just saute them for 5 minutes, a little garlic and parsley, done.
Right.
Now, if you want to cook calamari longer, let's say you want to make a marinara sauce, then let them cook with a tomato sauce for at least 45 minutes so the calamari really can break down that protein.
Gotcha. And there is truth to seafood continues to cook.
And seafood
After you
continues
take
to
it-
cook.
Right. So you take it out and it can continue. This is why I always stop my shrimp just a little bit early.
Yes,
Yeah, they've gone to the opaque state, but I haven't gotten all the way, and I pull them off if I'm boiling or steaming them or whatever. I pull them off and let them to continue to cook that last minute or so off of the heat.
Of course, and it's all about your liking of your shrimp.
Right.
I don't like mine overcooked.
No.
I like actually mine on the what is called the pink side. I didn't bring gloves, so I'm gonna get this bad boys here. Da, 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 da. Yes.
There you go.
And here's your seafood rice.
Looks. You gonna leave?
See ya.
Bye.
Seafood rice. There's nothing more delicious that you can do with this. Rice is cooked now. Can you use jasmine rice? Can you use Valencia rice? Can you use? Yes, you can use any type of rice you want. Now, to be called a traditional paella, you have to use Valencia rice. There's places even in Spain that they use, instead of making paella with rice, they use pasta. They call it fideuà.
Fideuà?
Fideuà.
Because they can't call it paella.
They call it paella because they call it fideos, pasta, they call it fideos. So there was story says that once upon a time, there was a really bad rice harvest, and they wanted to still make paella, and somebody came up like, let's use pasta.
Right.
Now, if you want a deeper yellow color, of course,
A little more saffron?
a little more saffron. There is some colorings out there that is a substitute for saffron. I'd rather not to use it. It's a lot of yellow chemical coloring. Either use saffron or don't. And how much time we have?
Oh, we got like a minute left.
Oh, cool.
Aha! Do I get to try?
Yes, you do.
All right. This is a hard job.
It is a hard job, and
This is
somebody
terrible.
has to do it.
I know. I'm surprised we don't have the our IT people who come to visit us
They'll
afterwards.
be coming. Trust me. And there's a
Oh,
simple.
that's good. That's so tasty.
I know, I love it. And thank you for watching. Any questions, please give us send us a message, Facebook page, anything you wanna tell us, and please like and share if you like the video today.
Absolutely. If you have suggestions for future episodes, give us a holler. You can go to this video on the Facebook page, put a comment, and say, hey, I would like to know X, and we can try and work it in.
Thank you guys, and I will see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.